The season's wrapping up, but it's time to harvest one last crop, and that's our sweet potatoes. We have been growing these all season. As we know, sweet potatoes are really a warm season crop, and they really thrive in that heat as they're actually native to Africa. So we've got our sweet potatoes. We planted ours in a raised bed here, and generally you want to harvest your sweet potatoes when the soil temperature begins to drop below 60 degrees. So being in a raised bed, we want to make sure that we're getting them out in time. Now, the first kind of step to do this is to go ahead and remove a lot of your vegetation. And so we're just going to cut that out of here. Make sure you don't cut your irrigation. Pull that aside. And you might leave a little just so you kind of know where the base of that plant is also. So as to know where to dig when we go in there and dig. And what's nice is this is actually really good vegetation to put in your compost or your keyhole garden. If you have had disease though, or any insect concern, you do want to go ahead and dispose of that and not add it to your compost though. So now that we've got our vegetation pulled out, we're going to go ahead and start digging. You want to be careful when you're digging. If you were doing this obviously in the ground, you might use a spade or a garden fork or something. And you don't want to bruise those roots too much. So be careful as you're digging around to sort of find those. It's kind of fun. It's like a little treasure hunt. So you can see we've got a couple in here. And you might have started to see them kind of press themselves up out of the ground. That's another indicator that they're ready to be harvested. So we'll just shake some of that roots off. Look at all those sweet potatoes we've got there. And we'll get them cleaned up a little bit later, but we're going to go ahead and harvest them like that. Of course, we have varying sizes in there, and while usually, depending on the variety, the maturity will range, sweet potatoes start to form this tuber after about 2 weeks, and then at that point they just start bulking up. So the longer they're out there, and again, depending on the variety, you might get longer ones or you might get fatter ones. So the nice thing, you can see our soil is slightly moist, and you want to make sure that if you're digging your potatoes, having a moist soil is a little bit better than having a dry soil, as that prevents some of the scarring that might happen as you're digging those up out of the ground. So you can see we've got some of our potatoes here. We're going to go ahead and clip off some of these fibrous roots. We don't need those. We're going to take these, and now they aren't ready to eat just yet. We're going to need to cure these, and to cure sweet potatoes, you want to put them in a hot, humid environment. So temperature should be around 80 to 85 degrees, and the humidity should be about 85 to 90% humidity. So find a location and put them in there for about 7 to 10 days, and that curing process will really allow those starches to turn into the sugars that we enjoy in our sweet potatoes. We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.